go over my week one because I want to see what my cards are saying. My flashcards. I really need to find my darn glasses. That's what I need to be doing. Okay, so we're going to go through the flashcards. Oh, these are the real cute ones. So these ones are about goal setting. So let's see. The first chapter, chillaxed. So goal setting. The identification of long-term and short-term goals that helps you decide what you want out of life. Prioritize. To make a list of tasks that need to be done in order of most to least important. Game plan. The conscious act of planning your life instead of just letting things happen. Mission statements. A mission statement that establishes the purpose and values by which an individual or institution lives or works. It provides a sense of direction by defining guiding principles and clarifying goals, as well as how an organization operates. All right, that was a mouthful. And repetition. Repeatedly saying, writing, or otherwise reviewing new information until it is learned. Ethics. The moral principle by which we live and work. Perfectionism. An unhealthy compulsion to do things perfectly. Self-actualization. Fulfilling one's full potential. Mind mapping. A graphic representation of an idea or problem that helps organize one's thoughts. Mnemonic. I hope I'm saying that right. Any memorization device that helps a person recall information. Organization. A method used to store new information for short-term and long-term memory. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Procrastination. So procrastination is putting off until tomorrow what you can do today. All right, now we've all heard of that before. Now let's see here. We're going to go over the chapter 1 review. Now I've already done this once, so I'm just going to look over the answers and the questions. Alright, so this seems like it's going over exactly what we just now talked about before, which is the particular keywords that we just went over. So we're not going to go over that again. Let's see what this quiz is, though. Because I'm actually recording this so I can go back over everything. Because I study all day, every day. So that's what I do. So this is just easy to have it all set up for me so that it won't be hard for me to just study all day long. Okay, so it says I already took this quiz, which I know I did. But why is it not giving me an area to actually look at the quiz that I took? Oh, here it is. I was going to say, what the heck, because I'm not taking it again. All right. Let's see here. What are these questions for the exam? When studying, you may find mnemonics can be useful as a learning tool because they're a shortcut to recalling information. All right, this is the same thing that we've already went over with the mini flashcards. So this one just seems pretty easy. We're going to move on to chapter or week 1 and find in those particular flashcards. Now remember, we're getting all this from the lady. Don't forget to actually like and subscribe if you're in school as well, because you can always go through these notes as well. So we're going to go through the chapter 6 exam. And this is for nail technology manicuring for week 1. Well, bear with me here because I am using my laptop, so it's not like it's going to be instantaneous or anything like that. All right. Universal precautions are sets of guidelines / best practices designed to minimize the risk of exposure to bodily fluids based on your knowledge of the PPEs. Which organization is most likely to have devised these guidelines? So here are the choices here. We have the FDA. We have the Red Cross. Let's see. I'm telling you, my computer always decides to mess up whenever I'm doing something. The FDA, the Red Cross, and also OSHA. So the correct answer for this particular one is going to be OSHA. This smaller and then come back in. You guys bear with me for a few seconds because I'm also in school right now as well, so I'm not sure because I'm in a meeting if that's what's making it act weird. Okay, then we also have when should a new set of gloves be used? Every few hours, every day, or for every client? Every week. So which response would you choose? The correct response is for every client. Question 3. Aaliyah should select a client nail chair that has, the choices are no wheels and low arms, no wheels and high arms, wheels and low arms, wheels and high arms. So the correct answer is going to be no wheels and low arms. That was a funny little question for me. I remember with this particular test, I had got an excellent, the 22 out of 25, but I still like to go over them. You know, just to make sure that you have them right. So manicuring is, and then the choices are the application and removal of nail polish. Choice 2, a basic skill that all cosmetologists are licensed to perform. Choice 3, the least popular service in the nail salon. Choice 4, the art of the art of caring for and beautifying the hands and nails. So the correct answer is the art of caring for and beautifying the nails. Question 5. When performing a manicure on a client with thin skin and lowered immune systems, how should you handle the cuticles? The choices are: gently push back with dull edge curettes. Choice 2, use nippers to remove dead skin. Choice 3, ignore them altogether. Choice 4, push them back with a medium grit file. So the correct answer is gently push them back with a dull edge curette. Question 6. A fine grit sorry, it does not went away. A fine grit abrasive is used for choices: etching the nail. Choice 2, quickly reducing the thickness of a surface. Choice 3, buffing, polish, and removing scratches. Choice 4, shortening natural nails. The correct answer is buffing and polishing and removing scratches. And then also, let me tell y'all this. My keyboard that I have is, what do you call it, wireless or Bluetooth? So it literally has no mouse, and that's why I'm struggling trying to scroll down this darn thing, because my meeting's up and then I'm trying to use that little pad thing, and it's so difficult to get to all these questions, so bear with me, guys. Which is the true relationship between acetone and non-acetone based removers? Choices. Choice 1, acetone based removers work more quickly and are better solvents than non-acetone removers. However, non-acetone is preferred for removal of polish from wraps. Acetone. Okay, so this is the option or the choice 2. Acetone based and non-acetone based removers cannot be used interchangeably and are often formulated for very specific uses. Choice 3. Acetone-based removers do not have additional ingredients including in their formulation and therefore are more hazardous than non-acetone-based formulas. Choice 4. Non-acetone-based removers work much more quickly than acetone-based removers. However, acetone-based removers are safer to use. So let's see what the answer is for this one. And then after this, I'm not going to be reading all these options. I'm not, because there's just like a whole bunch of options to get into the way of the real answer. So the correct answer is acetone-based removers work more quickly and are better solvents than non-acetone removers. However, non-acetone is preferred for removal of polish from wraps. Alright, so question 8. Which type of product would be most difficult to provide for clients requesting it? The answer would be chemical-free, all natural. See, that was much easier for me. I just like the way that one flowed rather than the other ones. Alright. All base coats and top coats, nail polishes, and hardeners are highly flammable. When choosing a manicure table, Martin should select a table that is an impenetrable surface such as glass, because you want to be able to clean it properly. So most men go longer between services and will probably need a little more work than on their nails. What is a paraffin wax used for? It's used to moisturize the skin. The list of services you are legally allowed to perform in your specialty in your state is known as your scope of practice. During the massage portion of a manicure, Justine places her hands around Christopher's arm and gently twists in opposite directions, like when you're wringing out a washcloth. Which type of massage movement is Justine performing? She is performing friction. Which of the following is not typically accomplished with tweezers? Trim back dead cuticles. A metal pusher is designed to gently scrape the cuticle tissue from the natural nail plate. You can usually find details about your state's scope of practice from the nail technician's outline. Now, mind you, this is just all from the ladies' quizzes. So right now we're doing the chapter exam for week 1. So this is an exam portion. So it is kind of long. I might come back and then re-record it and put it just in a regular video instead of live, but I'm not sure. Because this one we did have a little bit of difficulties with at the beginning. Some spa manicures target specific results with skincare and base methods. And when applying nail polish, you should hold your brush at approximately a 30 to 35 degree angle. When performing a basic manicure, it is recommended that you use a cotton swab to clean underneath the free edge of the nail. After applying the top coat, how long should you have clients hold their hand under the nail dryer? The correct answer is 10 minutes. The pointed nail is tapered and long and longer than usual to emphasize and enhance the slender appearance of the hands. I can't wait till I find the other mouse. Electric dryers use heaters and fans to speed evaporation of solvents from the nail polishes. And what should the nail technician do immediately after performing the hand-arm massage? They should clean the client's nails with polish remover. I think Miss Rachel went off for my child, so I'm going to have to check that in a second, but I'm almost done with this exam. How long does it take to properly clean and disinfect implements after each use? 15 to 20 minutes. All right, and that was the end of the chapter exam for chapter 6, which is week 1 for me of manicuring. And I will be back with another one, but I'm going to fix a few things behind the scenes. So thank you for watching. Watch the whole thing again whenever you need to just go over the chapter exam for manicuring. Bye.